Well, Mike Woods is going to move on to the golf course. Besides being the supervisors of officials in the Sun Belt, he's a pretty daggone good player. One handicap.
And he's a pretty darn good referee as well. And you know what? You get the best of the best teams in the finals. You also get the best of the best referees.
No question about that. It's Mike Wood, Carl Hess, Ray Natili. We are ready now for the 57th annual ACC Championship. Duke will have it first. This is Nolan Smith. He'll run their offense today. Singler has been the guy who has gotten Duke out of the blocks quickly, out of the gates.
Good matchup there with Iman Shumpert, arguably their best defender on the perimeter.
Here's Singler.
Another good matchup, Glenn Rice on Singler. It's interesting, Tim, that talking to the coaches for Georgia Tech, they think they have the depth, even in the fourth game in 4 days, to run with Duke, and they're going to expand their lineup a little bit more in the first half.
We were talking with Mike Hogwood about how adrenaline gets some life back in the legs. Fatigue really not a factor in the championship game, at least in the beginning. But one thing that is, Mike, is the emotion. And as you well know, sometimes emotion gets in the way of concentration.
Well, and in the finals, it's usually, and I talked about the easy basket, it's the team that gets the most easy points that wins, because your jumper fatigues a little bit. Everything fatigues, especially in the second half.
Just underway. Tim Brandt, Mike Juminski, Scott Przwanski, Mike Hogwood. Been here all weekend, loving it all. Here's Smith, has Duke on the board.
Yeah, he was terrific yesterday, and you know, the thing with Nolan Smith, he's got a very good mid-range game. He can shoot the three, and he's also very explosive going to the rim.
Greensboro is a home away from home for Duke. The Blue Devils won a pair of ACC titles here in 2000. There's the turnover you talked about. Scheyer on the board. Duke out to the early 4-point lead.
In all 3 games, Georgia Tech has had more turnovers than assists, and they've got 2 early ones here. That one Duke able to capitalize on.
Bell is fouled by Smith. Try to take the charge. They call the block. Here's that turnover, Mike. You talked about him.
Now, Duke is not going to get out in full court and pressure like Georgia Tech has seen in this tournament, but they certainly will apply it in the half court. Very opportunistic for Scheyer. And I think important, he has not been shooting the ball well in this tournament, so critical for him to get some easy opportunities.
Georgia Tech limped into the postseason, labeled as underachievers with a ho-hum 7-9 record in the conference. And another turnover. That's 3 already in the game. And Smith is fouled.
Well, for the first time in a long while, Duke has the big men to really compete up front with Georgia Tech. Wall and Favors and Peacock. Greg Zubek is maybe as improved as anybody in the conference, especially over the second half of the season.
DeAndre Bell is called for the personal. That's his first. Nice block inside. See if that can get the Yellow Jackets going.
Well, they've got 2 guys in the Wall and Favors who can erase a lot of mistakes.
Inside they go, and turnover number 4. Just like that, Duke is out to a 6-0 lead.
3 turnovers, 4 points off turnovers, a 6-0 lead. Very easy formula.
These 2 clubs split in the regular season. January 9th, Georgia Tech beat Duke 71-67 in the Thriller Dome. Duke had its way with the Yellow Jackets at Cameron, and turnover number 5.
37
Timeout, Georgia Tech. 17:34 to play in the first half. And Paul Hewitt can feel the nerves in his players causing problems.
And in the first 2 games of this tournament, Duke was very shaky, very sluggish in the first half, but they have come out ready to play in this game.
All right, get your cell phones ready, Mike, and let's get right to the X Factors.
Well, for Duke, it's the big men up front, and we talked about Zubek. Lance Thomas is their leader defensively, and then the Plumlee brothers have been sparks off the bench for this team. For Georgia Tech, Brian Oliver, he has not shot well in this tournament, but he is their best pure shooter from the outside. He needs to come alive.
See if Paul Hewitt was able to settle his guys down. Everything for Georgia Tech is going to have to start defensively. Got a hand on it. Duke gets it back. Great start for the Blue Devils. Smith, this is 2. Yes.
The Georgia Tech coach is talking about not letting the big three beat them, and right now those are the only people who have scored. Nolan Smith with a quick 6.
Nolan Smith, a junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Right now, Georgia Tech's got a bad case for the Ophers.
I think Shumpert just wanted to get something up on the rim and not have a turnover.
Thomas on the baseline. Double down on Singler. Splits it. Big fellas inside have to step up and take over for the Yellow Jackets, or it could be a long afternoon. Bell. They desperately need to take the lid off the basket. Possession arrow belongs to Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech substitution, number 35, Zachary Peacock. And number 3, Mo.
Well, you know, and the theory is, Tim, it's interesting that both Favors and Lawal play better when Peacock is in the game individually as opposed to playing well with each other. They both occupy the same space on the floor. Peacock has the ability to pull out, and it gives the other player more room inside.
See the Woodman of the World scoreboard there. We'll update you on the scores not only yesterday, but we'll keep you up to date today as well. Drop step, tough jumper, not there.
And both Lawal and Favors will see double teams all day long. They came with a big double team that time with Lance Thomas.
Georgia Tech's not going to get it done going away for the basket. They're going to have to go right at him. Scheyer gets it back.
With a smaller guy, they're trying to post Singler on Rice.
Duke Blue Devils, the #1 seed. Georgia Tech, the 7th seed. Back out to Singler. Over to Scheyer. Beyond the arc. Singler has it blocked. And the Yellow Jackets will try to run. Peacock was out in front of everybody.
Great defensive stand. A couple of second chance opportunities, but they get erased by Favors.
Now they're on the board.
Derrick Favors.
Shumpert with a nice pass to Favors. And that's what they're going to have to do, Mike, is go at him.
Yeah, and certainly Favors has the ability to go up, and if you throw a lob anywhere near the rim, he can elevate and get it.
Thomas picks up his dribble, gets into a little bit of trouble. Back to Smith. How about Smith?
Well, what happened, Shumpert was looking at the screen. Nolan Smith refused. It went the other way and just left him behind. What a quick move.
Nolan Smith with 8 of the 10 Duke points. Shumpert beyond the arc. Favors looks tired. He's dragging his body up and down the court right now. And that's the emotion we talked about.
Right, that's also why you play for the bye in the regular season, so you don't have to play 4 and 4.
Singler dribbled it off his foot. 14:21 to play in the first half. Duke 10, Georgia Tech 2. Miles Plumlee has just checked in. There's Nolan Smith with his 8 points.
Look at it, Tim, that we talked about the big three. They have taken all of the shots for Duke in this game so far. All 11 shots coming from Smith, Scheyer, and Singler.
Bigger lineup now with Miles and Mason Plumlee in the game. Peacock's shot is in front of the rim. And the turnover. The ball travels. Better have a strong base when you're in there among the trees.
No question about it. You know, Paul Hewitt talked to Scott Krzyzewski about establishing things inside. And the reason they haven't been able to has been that it's tough to get entry passes, and Duke's perimeter defense is turning them over, making it tough for Lawal and Favors and Peacock to get touches.
Here's Singler. He has yet to hit a bucket. Back out to Plumlee. He looks at it, takes it right down Main Street. Got to finish when you get in that close. Miller for 3. Yes.
Yeah, he was very much a pass-first point guard in the beginning part of the year, but he has become very aggressive looking for his shot. He's arguably been their best three-point shooter.
He had 11 points against North Carolina. Georgia Tech beat Carolina, top Maryland, got by NC State to get to the title game. Here's Plumlee, and he's fouled. A little bit easier road for Duke. Blue Devils beat Virginia and they beat Miami.
Well, you see the screen right here, and Georgia Tech is paying so much attention to Scheyer coming off that Plumlee's going to have to make them pay and go into the lane. Things really open up for him. You see Lowell just jumping right out, and both Plumlees are going to have to be aware that they're going to have opportunities to go to the basket on screen roll.
Foul was on Peacock. That's his first. Plumlee makes his free throw. He's got another one coming. He's just a 66% free throw shooter. And the sophomore out of Warsaw, Indiana, has another one coming. Shumpert gets a breather for Georgia Tech.
A lot of times that's what you need, Tim, in the finals. You go over and take a break. You have so much adrenaline running in through you that go over, settle down, and then as things, you just kind of settle into the game, your second rotation.
Sometimes all that adrenaline before a game and in the early parts of it will just drain you. So you're right. Just go over and re-energize the body.
We'll watch Georgia Tech today. They'll give some of their main players a rest right before TV timeouts.
Singler with the rebound, looks up court. Smith from beyond the arc, bang! He's got 11.
Those three have an amazing chemistry together, and Paul Hewitt talked before the game about having to defend the three. Nolan Smith is the whole package.
10-point lead for Duke. Another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. 7 turnovers already for Paul Hewitt's team.
Well, look inside, and Miles Plumlee, and it's been tough sledding on both ends going to the paint, but that triggers the break, and then the extra pass. Nolan Smith wide open.
Johnny Lowell goes out and gets his breather. See if Favors, now that he's had a little breather, can come back and do something. They take it right at him. Scheyer now drifts to the side. Too easy.
That was a poor job by DeAndre Bell, who is normally a very sound defensive player. He ran out past Scheyer that time, overcommitted, and it opened up the lane.
Blue Devils running away with it early. Mo Miller. He's hit 2 threes.
Well, he is coming. He is keeping Georgia Tech within shouting distance in this game by himself.
Plumlee gets caught in the air, and it almost causes a turnover.
You could argue that those two might be ahead in the race for the Everett Case Award right now at this point in the tournament.
Good call. Absolutely. How about the start that Nolan Smith has had in this ballgame?
Room for improvement. He's 5 of 6.
Georgia Tech looks a little more intense with 1 on the shot clock. They make a pretty good stop defensively.
Not good shot clock awareness by Duke.
And Georgia Tech scores at the other end with Bell has the lay-in.
And that's one of the first really open court opportunities that Georgia Tech has had, and they need to find ways to get more of those, not having to play against the half-court defense of Duke.
And as we said before, Georgia Tech's going to have to do it defensively. They did it that time. Singler, turnaround jumper, not there. Taken away by Bell.
Singler 0 of 4 to start this game.
Here come the Yellow Jackets. I think Paul Hewitt gave him a wake-up call. Favors, short jumper. Not there.
No forced Favor. He did hit a couple of jump shots last night, but he's much more effective closer to the basket. They would be happy if he settled for those shots the whole game.
I don't think there's any question about that. The Rookie of the Year. Here's Thomas, good pump fake. Very good defense that time.
There have been some easy opportunities in the lane area that Duke has not converted on. Thomas needs to finish that one. Plumlee had one earlier.
Well, Peacock just stripped him, and this foul is going to be on Zubek. So that'll be the first on Brian Zubek. And what a start by Nolan Smith.
Well, you talk about the big three, and usually somebody steps up, and it's been Nolan Smith early in this game. not only getting to the rim, but knocking down jump shots as well. He's hit a three, really has scored from all angles.
Georgia Tech trying to put a little run together. They've trailed by as many as 10. They're down by 7 now. And the foul, I believe this will be on Thomas.
That was a well-designed play because they completely emptied out the backside of the court, and with Zubek fronting, he had no help over the top.
So Lance Thomas picks up his first personal, and Favors goes to the line.
Shooting 2.
Favors will be shooting 2. He's only a 61% free throw shooter. ACC's freshman of the year. He's had a double-double tournament, and he makes the first. Closed captioning for today's telecast provided by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. You gotta want to need to get a half of Bojangles.
And he had some big shots, arguably the biggest shots down the stretch against NC State.
Had a great game against Clemson and Florida State. 17 points, 2 rebounds yesterday against the Wolfpack. Makes it a 5-point game. It's a 7-0 Georgia Tech run. Duke led by 12.
We need taller referees. They always ask the players to fix the nets.
Georgia Tech substitution, number 31, Gani Lawal.
Gani Lawal checks back in. Zach Peacock goes out.
Well, I was saying it was a nice job. I mean, Paul Hewitt kept his team under control. A really shaky start, but there's a 7-0 run, and it's only a 5-point game. They're very much in this ball game.
Paul Hewitt has been the subject of rumors and speculation by the so-called experts. His ACC tournament record, 9-9 in 10 seasons, but now he's got a chance for the title today. Almost another steal. Great job by Bell. Shot clock is at 10. Singler looks at it. Another stop by the Yellow Jackets. Favors open at the foul line. Rebound by Lawal.
That was a tough offensive rebound, too. 4 white shirts around Lawal, and he came up with it but couldn't convert. 2 points are going to be tough to come by in the paint in this game.
Big front lines on both ends. Singler. Yes.
His first basket, baby, that gets him going.
It's a 2-ball. Pushes the lead back to 7. Bell with another bucket, and it's 19-14.
Well, that's a tough shot when you're a left-handed player and you're going right, and he had to elevate right into Lance Thomas.
Bell had 8 double-digit scoring games. He can play the point or the 2-guard. It's a big bucket right there. Scheyer looks back inside, gets it back. And that'll be off Favors.
To Atlanta, picked up my son. I could not miss a championship ACC game with Georgia Tech involved.
Bobby Cremins, of course, the head coach of the College of Charleston. And Coach, you look at the way this game started out. Duke gets on a roll, and obviously Georgia Tech comes back. Just the feeling of a tournament play. It's just ebbs and flows, doesn't it?
It really is. But Tech's back in the game. But Duke's amazing. And I'm pulling hard for Tech. Duke's won so many titles, it's unbelievable. But I'm just happy to be here. Great atmosphere, and it's great to see Georgia Tech in the championship game.
Bobby, it's always special to have you here, too.
Thank you, Scott.
Boy, he's so right. Duke has been in the championship game 11 of the past 13 years. How about this, Mike? A Big Four school has been in this game, the championship game, 56 of the 57 years of this tournament.
Yeah, an incredible run by Duke, and sometimes their fan base gets underappreciates the accomplishments of this program and what Mike Krzyzewski has done. But good to see Bobby Cremins. He's a reformed color analyst.
Yes, he is.
Who found true work, and he's doing a great job down in College of Charleston.
That's my golf partner. Love Bobby. Little jump hook, and Duke comes away with it.
Good to see Andre Dawkins have something positive happen for him. He's really struggled with his shot.
Nolan Smith sitting on the bench with 2 personal fouls. He's been on fire since the beginning of this game. Here's Scheyer. Doing a nice job on Singler, and the foul is going to be called on Schumpert. So just as I compliment him, he gets the personal. Try Sonic's Everyday Value Meal. It delivers the great variety of food that you would expect, and all for $1 all day, every day. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
You know, it's interesting that Kyle Singler, really his first breakout game was against Georgia Tech at Duke. That's when they started running more motion in their offense, and he started seeing better shot opportunities out on the perimeter.
He's had at least 20 points in the last, well, 5 of the last 7 games. Really come on.
Scoring drought for Duke to only 2 points in the last 5+ minutes.
And again, Mike, that goes back to the defense. Georgia Tech playing much better defense now.
Well, also, too, they're not turning it over, and Duke's not getting easy opportunities.
Bang! That's for 3.
Wow,
Dawkins.
Huge jumper for the freshman that time. He got the rebound on the other end, and you could see his body language change immediately.
Pushes the lead back to 8. Miller. Talked about the defense, Mike.
Well, how many times, too? Very good defense by Georgia Tech, the deflection, but when in a loose ball in a scramble situation right there, you get the shot off, you have to come up with that miss. Singler finds it, and invariably you get a wide open 3 off of that.
Dawkins knocks it down, and it's 22-14, Blue Devils. Bell hit those 2 threes. Now they've extended their defense. Singler, who's taller than Miller, obviously on him.
Got a mismatch inside with Scheyer on Peacock.
Shot clock down to 15. And Favors is fouled.
Scheyer was digging down that time, but overran the double team and allowed Favors to get into the lane. Singler took a shot in the mouth at the end of that play.
Actually, I think he's checking. Does he wear contacts? He's checking his eyeball. Looks above the rim, presented by CPI Security. Checking to see if it's still there. And Favors hits the first. He has 5 points.
And Tim, an area of concern certainly for Georgia Tech in the tournament has been the free throw line, 54% in the first 3 games, but they've been perfect here today, 3 of 3, so a good start.
And the 6'10" freshman misses the second one. The announcer jinx.
Miles Plumlee getting the foul on that play.
See the Woodman of the World scoreboard. What a game that was last night. West Virginia and Georgetown won at the buzzer by the Mountaineers.
First Big East title for Bob Huggins at his alma mater.
Billy Hahn, one of his assistants, old ACC guy, played at Maryland, coached at Maryland. But the Hoyas did themselves a lot of good in that tournament.
I think that they are almost similar to Georgia Tech in a lot of ways, getting that deep run and certainly helping their NCAA resume.
Yeah, that's a team that really stumbled down the stretch, lost 6 of 10, then beat Cincinnati to go into the tournament. Got a good run to the championship. This is Peacock.
Like yesterday's game with Duke, Georgia Tech in the early bonus situation with 5 minutes to go. Georgia Tech only has committed 3 fouls to this time.
Yellow Jackets fell behind by 12 early. Nolan Smith got him out of the blocks. He's playing extremely well. Smith has those 11 points, but since then the Yellow Jackets have turned up the defense and they are starting to pull this thing back in. Shot clock at 5. Here's Singler. This is a 2-ball. Schumpert comes down with it. So again, Georgia Tech does it with defense. Followed by Peacock, takes it back. No foul call, and carried out of bounds by Miller.
Duke substitution.
And this was on the second chance opportunity. It was actually Scheyer who came in from behind to get the block on Peacock. Just that finals intensity right there on both ends of the floor.
You look at Mike Krzyzewski in his 30th year at Duke. He's won 8 of the last 11 tournament titles. Shared the regular season championship with Maryland. But the Terps were ousted by this Georgia Tech team. Dawkins again. That's 2.
It's amazing what one jump shot will do for your confidence, Tim. He's just in a whole different world right now.
Dofia gets it back. Shumpert penetrates. His jumper. And the foul is called against Favors.
Georgia Tech foul on number 14, Derrick Favors. That's his first.
Both teams fighting for every offensive and defensive board. That's the one thing. If Zubek can stay out of foul trouble in this game, he's almost guaranteed a double-figure rebounding game. He's been that good. He's got 4 already.
And off the ball, Udofia picks up a personal foul, trying to fight through the screen.
Paul Hewitt trying to amp up the pressure a little bit, get his team energized. I think more importantly, try to wear Duke down a little bit, not quite as deep in the bench.
Well, Hewitt's guys picked up 2 personals in a hurry right there. Duke has been using a lot of the shot clock here in the first half. Dawkins again. Paul Hewitt just got a warning. He better be careful.
Well, he wanted a foul earlier in that possession on Singler. He thought he took Udofia down to the floor, and that's what he's mad about.
Glenn Rice comes in, so now they've got the lineup straight. Wholesale changes coming, as you see over at the scorers table, the top of your screen for Georgia Tech as you look at the drought.
Both teams have gone through similar droughts.
An 11-point lead for the Blue Devils. Got it to the wall.
What a finish. I had literally 2 years ago, I had a guy come up to me. He had this scowl on his face up at Comcast, and he walked up, he says, "You know that was a foul." And he walked past me.
Oh, that's funny. 3.5 to play, 26-17 Duke. See if the Yellow Jackets can make a little run here before intermission, make it interesting. And this is gold ball, so the Yellow Jackets will bring it down and try to cut into the lead. The freshman, the last 7 points for Duke.
Amazing, just looked a little lost out there, but it all started defensive end. He got a rebound and then came down and hit a shot, and he was off and running.
You could see the difference in his body language. Shumpert takes it to the elbow, gives it up to Miller. Oh, do the Yellow Jackets need a bucket? Back to the wall for the jumper. 7 rebounds now for Zubek. Scheyer, pump fake, can't get it off. Goes back inside. Zubek lost out of bounds by Georgia Tech, so it'll belong to Duke. Take a look at our Haviland defensive shield and the most blocks in the ACC title game. Oh, look at the 2005 numbers and matched by the 2008 game.
Well, 2008, Carolina and Clemson had 3 epic battles that year.
You know, with Singler on Miller, after those 2 threes, he hadn't even been able to get the ball over. And a foul underneath on Plumlee.
And it's Georgia Tech has really settled down, and that's a tough back door because Favors is right there. So you really had to thread that through, but they're taking much better care of the basketball since the initial 5 minutes.
Shumpert is a 70% free throw shooter. You know, he's the key, I think, to this team. He misses that one. Closed captioning for today's telecast provided by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. You got to want to need to get a half of Bojangles. Everybody talks about the big fellas, but everything goes through Shumpert.
Well, and also too, he's a terrific defender on the perimeter, and he's the one guy they have that's really capable of a 25, 30-point game.
Len Rice comes back into the ball game. Miller goes out for Georgia Tech. Eight-point lead for Duke. No problem for Duke on the press. Singler takes it across the timeline.
That's the value of Singler. He's a third guard ostensibly against that press because he can handle.
Dawkins isn't even hesitating now. Great save by Singler. He goes over the press and into the stands. Shot clock was down to 1. Coach K is upset with Scheyer because Scheyer didn't realize the clock had come down.
And that went right over our co-worker Dick Vitale and Dan Schulman. What an effort. I mean, he went right at
Vitale went down hard.
That was Schulman that went.
Oh, it is Dan.
Look, and Marty Aronoff took a hit, the statistician down there as well.
Looking at the bald heads, I got confused.
That's good. There's about 3 follicles between them. Good to see everybody okay. I'd hate to see what their game notes look like.
No, but I'm glad it was Dan and not Dick. Look at him. Dan can take the charge better than Dick can right now.
Well, he'll go to no lengths, any lengths at all, to get it on camera.
How about that?
Well, what a hustle play by Kyle Singler.
But even with the great hustle, Mike Krzyzewski got upset with Scheyer because he didn't realize the clock was ticking away. There was still 3 or 4 seconds left, and he was telling him to look at the clock, and instead, Scheyer just threw it at the bucket, so he was upset. You know, as we look at Mike, you'll notice that he's wearing 2 lapel pins. The gold pin is for the CEO Roundtable of Cancer, showing his commitment to fight cancer. The other publicizes the Rory Foundation for Brighter Tomorrows. That's a fund for brain tumor research. The fund's namesake, Rory Deutsch, he died of brain cancer at the age of 7. And of course, Mike and Rory's dad became good friends at Duke's fantasy basketball camp.
Well, and his name is Ross, and it's my good fortune to have gotten to know him and consider him a friend as well. And he just went through so much, and it was such a bond developed between he and Coach K, and an amazing story.
The story that really is the way that Ross and Mike just can open up and share their feelings and actually break down at times. I mean, it's an incredible story. You're absolutely correct. That's the kind of guy he is. Shot clock at 20. No reason to hurry. Shumpert tries to rearrange him, now splits the double team. What an alley-oop! Got in the wall. Great pass by Shumpert.
Well, what happened that Zubek got caught that time, he was looking at the drive, and Lawal just followed him right to the front of the rim. Terrific pass and catch.
Mike, that's what I was talking about. He's the key to this Tech team. Everything goes through him to Lawal and Favors.
And they fought through a lot of adversity at the beginning of this game, and it's only 6 points.
Singler for 3. He misses the shot, but he'll go to the line, and he'll have 3 shots coming. Take another look at Shumpert's 3rd assist.
Well, you see the 2-man game, and he breaks to the basket, and Zubek really caught in no man's land right there, and he got in between. That is a terrific play by Georgia Tech.
Meanwhile, Singler goes to the line. Singler's been averaging 22 points in this tournament, and he's been averaging 89% at the line.
But he only has 2 points to this point in the game. You know, it's really Nolan Smith early and then Andre Dawkins late that have carried Duke. They've combined for 18 points.
Singler over 1,500 points for his career. He went over 700 rebounds for his career while in this tournament. And while he's normally a very good free throw shooter, 78%, he's taken that up to 89% here in the tournament. And just as we say that, he misses again. Just doesn't seem to have that feel today yet.
Well, again, another area where fatigue starts to bleed into it at the free throw line.
You can see the difference there. Bent his knees.
Even Scheyer had a couple of misses yesterday at the ACC's leading free throw shooter.
And he misses his third. You don't see that very often. 1 for 3 at the line for Singler.
Big opportunity in this last minute for Georgia Tech to narrow that gap even more.
Duke's lead has been up to 12. It's right now at 7. Under a minute to play in the half. Favors. The lead is 5.
And that's the one thing. He's got a huge advantage in quickness over Zubek, and he made him move laterally. So they're going to finish out the half strongly here, 7-1 in the last 3. Both teams have suffered through droughts.
Just under a 2-second differential. Game clock, play clock. Shot clock at 15. Singler. Bang! That's 2 ball. 2 seconds, 1 second, Schumpert. The shot is no good. There was a travel called by Miller before it got to Schumpert. Wow, what a difference that call makes. Because Schumpert knocked down the 3. That's 9 turnovers now for Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech substitution.
Oliver goes out of the ball game. And Glenn Rice Jr. comes back into the ball game. He's right in front of us here. Knocked out of bounds by Bell. That'll end the half.
Nice comeback by Georgia Tech in that first half. They were buried early.
So we're all set to go. 29-22 Duke. The final 20 minutes of the 2010 ACC Tournament. Blue Devils have it first. Singler cold in that first half. You see the mark on his right shoulder from where he went over the table. Still can't get the roll. He's got a pretty good bruise, pretty good scratch on the back of the shoulder.
Well, it's an interesting matchup and a good defensive decision. It's a freshman Rice, but what he's done is he's cut off the outside shooting of Singler. He's able to stay with him. Singler was trying to work his way back into the paint that time.
Just 2 for 10. Nice pass inside to Rice. How about that look?
Yeah, Schumpert has been terrific. He's made some nice passes in their offense on back doors.
Special delivery to Rice.
4 assists.
Smith again. Boy, has he been good today. He hits that one from the bonus sphere, and it's 32-24.
His second 3 of the game, and again, as I talked with Georgia Tech did a nice job defending that aspect of Duke's offense. Only 2 of 8 in the first half.
Jumping to the wall, falling away. He's got to go to the hoop.
Well, I've said that about post players in general, that you really bail the defense out if you settle for that fadeaway jump shot. It's not putting any pressure on Zubek at all.
Boy, Smith has just carried himself with such confidence today as Scheyer takes it in and gets fouled.
Georgia Tech foul, number 13, DeAndre Bell. That's
The foul is on Bell. That's his second personal.
Number
In the
30,
wall
John
trying to
Scheyer.
shake it off. No blood. Got hit in the nose, but he's still feeling it. John Scheyer at the line. 6'5" senior from Woodford, Illinois. It's unbelievable. John came into this tournament with 9 straight games of 3 or more trays.
And I saw the numbers from last year. He's the reigning tournament MVP. 29 points in that win.
And they get it back to Shumpert. So now he'll have to get it across the timeline. And he does. Yellow Jackets need some points. Lawal again with the turnaround. Favors is underneath to clean it up for him. Favors now has 4 points.
That's only the third second chance point that Georgia Tech has had in this game. Not a lot of offensive rebounds for him, but nice work that time by Favors.
Smith. Favors gets the rebound. Shumpert will try to push it a little bit, beat that Duke defense, but they're there too quickly. Shumpert tried to go behind his back and hit his heel. Boy, Smith had a look. Gets it back to Scheyer. This is beyond the arc. And Singler over the top. Singler called with the foul. Jumped right over DeAndre Bell.
All right, you can see right now Favors right there anticipating the jump shot from this side. It's really perfect position. More times than not, the ball's going to come off on the other side of the rim. Favors right there. Good finish. Good anticipation.
Favors has pretty good numbers. 9 points, 5 rebounds. And Georgia Tech turns it over. It's just what we talked about pregame and we talked about here at halftime. They now have 11 turnovers, and that's big. Can't do that against this guy and his Blue Devils. They'll make you pay.
And Shumpert and Peacock were having a little conversation out there. It looked like a little miscommunication out on the floor. He was anticipating him to go to that pass.
So they put Mo Miller now on Nolan Smith.
Nice job that time. Thomas being an outlet on the double team.
Shot clock really hadn't been a factor in this half. Yesterday we saw Duke with 3 shot clock violations. And this foul is going to be called on Zubek over the back of Favors. That's 2 now on Brian Zubek.
Well, this is another good job, this time on the defensive glass by Derrick Favors, blocking out. Just fighting, you see Zubek with that arm bar over the shoulder, and that's what gets the foul call.
Lead stays at 7. Rice walks. That's 12. Boy, Mike, they've had that problem all year, but it's been magnified here in the tournament.
It always is magnified in tournament situations where the defense gets the intensity picks up. Players are a little more active. They led the conference in turnovers this year at over 16 a game, and that's been up around 18 in the tournament.
Look at Georgia Tech, the ACC tournament, 67 total turnovers. That's the most in history. This foul is called DeAndre Bell of Georgia Tech. That's 3 on Bell.
Georgia Tech foul on number 13, DeAndre Bell. That's his 3rd. Second team foul. Georgia Tech substitution, number 11, Ryan Oliver.
So Bell goes out of the ball game with those 3 personals. Oliver comes in. And that's knocked off of Nolan Smith, so it'll be Georgia Tech basketball.
A lazy inbound pass, and Georgia Tech just quicker to the ball.
How about that? 3 turnovers in the last 3 possessions. And Miller dribbles it out of bounds.
Again, and I remember I talked about Lance Thomas. He's sounded like the middle linebacker defensively. He made that play.
4 turnovers in the last 4 possessions. This is what they're playing for. The ACC champions will be crowned in 15 minutes and 51 seconds.
Both of them been fairly quiet in this game. Favors 9 to go along with 6 rebounds, and Singler well below his average, but he too has 6 rebounds.
Ironic that both have had monster tournaments up until this game. And they still have time. 33-26 Duke. Singler in the lane. Blocked away, not going to have anything to do with it. Favors just takes it right out of bounds.
Well, he had an angle. He had an angle too, and this is what Favors does for you on the back. Anchors that defense. Just protects the basket at all costs.
Shot clock is down to 7. Had problems with that yesterday with 3 shot clock violations. 3, 2, just gets it off. And Georgia Tech comes up with it. And they'll get it back to Miller, and he'll set the offense.
Well, and the reason why, Tim, yesterday was, I mean, they were in a slow down game, and they just got into their offense a little too slowly. This time, this is just good Georgia Tech defense.
Lance Thomas came out of the ball game in the first half. Injured wrist. They taped it up. He's taking the tape off now, and there's the bucket. Favors with 11 points now. And the lead is back to 5.
And Paul Hewitt prefers that his offense that starts with post touches.
And Singler is fouled by Peacock.
You see the two-man game, and he just rolls right to the front of the rim and works out in the post position. Time with Zubek falling down certainly opened things up for him.
Well, not only is Favors 6'10", but he's also 250 pounds and getting bigger and stronger. It's hard to get around.
Well, and it's, a lot of that is Gani Lawal, too, over the course of the year. Got him into the weight room, had him working out, and he was not in very good condition when the season opened. But now he's much stronger and much fitter.
So now just not a space eater, but he is wide and strong and getting bigger. Singler makes the first. Tries to push the lead back to 7, and he does. Miller looked at the 3, instead takes it down to Favors. Goes with the left hand and banks it in. Favors with 13 points, and it's 35-30.
Very nice drive and dish that time by Mo Miller.
I think Rice just hurt himself. Smith went by him. Rice is barely making it. Down to Plumlee. Little jump hook, too strong. Favors with another rebound. And Rice is going to have to go out of the ball game here.
Well, that was a nice job by Georgia Tech. That was basically a 4-on-5 possession. They were able to get the miss. And that would be a yeah, he just kind of, his leg went out from underneath him and leg buckled a little bit. And that's a big loss because he's been doing a terrific job defensively on Kyle Singler, and he's also one of their better ball handlers.
Boy, he's in tremendous pain on that bench too. Meanwhile, Shumpert back at the point. Peacock will take it with a little running one-hander. Shumpert comes up with it. This is for 3. That's short. Plumlee ends up with it. Oliver really just didn't get his legs into the shot. They double out on Smith.
Favors is basically playing center field with Miles Plumlee, not even within 5 or 6 feet of him.
That's off. They called the block. Good call.
Georgia Tech foul at number 35.
Dawkins was going to go down that lane no matter what, but the foul is on Peacock, his 3rd.
Team foul.
They're going to take Rice into the end of the bench, the open area down there, to see if he can do anything. And there's his dad, obviously concerned. What a great player he was, huh? Back out to Singler. Still having trouble finding the range. Just can't seem to zero in on it.
Right, that's the thing, and you talk about 3 and 3 and 4 and 4 games. That jump shot becomes a lot tougher.
Boy, they had the chance, and Favors missed the dunk. This is where Smith and Singler make you pay. Singler just 3 for 14. Has 9 points for the game. But that's a big turn of events right there. And it's 38-30.
Right.
Be careful, they almost got a 5 count.
Right, and then Duke being a little opportunistic, they waited for full court pressure for the second half, but they're gonna put pressure on Georgia Tech to make decisions.
Crowd reacting to every little thing that happens on the court now. With a championship on the line. Shumpert takes it down the left side. Backs it in and one. So with 12:25 to go, this game gets even tighter.
There's a look, and Shumpert really has been making plays here, and this time he calls his own number. He's so strong that he can take Singler inside, get the bump, and finish.
That's 3 now on Kyle Singler. They take Singler out along with Plumlee.
Number 1, Iman Shumpert at the line. Shooting
Scheyer comes back into the ball game.
And for the Jackets, number 35, Zachary Peacock.
So Iman Shumpert, a 6'5", 209-pound sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois at the line. 70% free throw shooter, has 3 points here today. Five-point game.
With one less ball handler with Singler on the bench.
Timeout. Mike Krzyzewski, and he got it just in time. Let's go over to Scott Pozwanski. What do you got?
Well, Glenn Rice Jr.'s got a sprained left knee right now. He's questionable to come back. I was watching him back in the hallway, very gingerly testing it, running along the hallway and in the steps. Not sure if he's going to make it back. And G-Man, as you said, they'll really miss his defense if he can't come back out on the floor.
Singler is fouled by Brian Oliver. As you look at Rice, he's got 8 points, 4 rebounds.
And you know what, Tim, I'm going to make a comment about that last possession. That is a rule that has to change, getting a fresh 10-second count on a timeout. I believe that Duke should have had 1 second to get it over. There were 26 on the shot clock, and that just penalizes good defense. Instead, they get a fresh 10, they get it over, and a chance to go to the line.
I've never liked that rule where the coach can call timeout.
So that was basically Coach K saving that possession, looking up at the shot clock.
Singler has another one. So welcome back to the ball game, Kyle Singler. He's got 12, continues to play even through adversity. One of the toughest kids you'll see out there. Carrying a badge of his honor on his right shoulder where he fell over the table here.
Mason Plumlee has been the front of the press on this full court pressure for Duke.
Back out to Miller. Looks at the 3, steps inside the arc. And jump ball on the possession arrow belongs to Duke. Duke was tied with Virginia at 27 at halftime of the first game they had. It was 35-32 Miami over Duke yesterday at the half. And today Duke led 29-22 over Georgia Tech. So you can see even the first half of play, it takes them a while to get into the flow of the game. Stepped on the line. Gani Lawal wasn't aware of where he was.
And Paul Hewitt just buried his face in his hands. And it's just, you know, those are the type of turnovers. If it's good defense, and you know, but that's just a mental lapse of knowing where you are on the floor.
So once again, Duke looks like it's starting to pull away. Their largest lead was 12. Singler with a great pump fake over to Scheyer. He's left alone.
Got to finish those opportunities. An easy dunk for Mason Plumlee.
Shumpert kicks it out to Miller. He hit a couple of those when he came in. Earlier in the ball game, Paul Hewitt wanted a foul call there. We saw Singler get fouled beyond the arc today. Smith with a kiss off the glass. He has 16.
That's what you have to do against shot blockers. That little runner inside to pull up about 5 feet away from the rim.
Nine-point Blue Devil lead. Nice pass and the foul. Favors has to finish that. He'll learn. Freshman had a terrific year. He's averaging 12 points, 8 rebounds, but in the tournament, he's averaged 15 points and 9 rebounds a game.
Well, what happens, Plumlee gets beat right here, and Miller's able to get the edge inside, and that's where the whole breakdown comes. Right there, Zubek just put in a bad position.
And that's 3 on Brian Zubek.
The guy who's much better at that for Duke is Lance Thomas, getting ready to come in the game.
Favors makes the first. He's had a double-double tournament. He's coming off a terrific effort against NC State with 17 points. And he makes them both. So Favors with 15, and he closes it back to 7 points.
You'll see some liberal substitutions by Paul Hewitt, trying to keep fresh legs in there, trying to turn the pressure up.
Gets more speed with Bell and Shumpert and Miller on the floor at the same time. Big guys are Favors and Peacock, and that's a 5-second call.
No, just and it's exactly what the result Paul Hewitt wanted. Terrific defense.
Dangerous pass. Peacock almost lost it. Shumpert gets it back now. Looks up at the clock.
Better show on the screen roll.
Zubek's not going to let that come in.
Yeah, that's what happens. Make that guard move laterally away from the basket. The pass becomes much tougher.
Zubek did a great job of fronting Favors. Shot clock at 15. Smith looks up. It's at 10. Crowd starts to count out the shot clock. Too much dribbling by Smith. This is a 2. And a brand new 35 for Duke, and the foul is on Miller.
The value of Brian Zubek. It was really a fractured possession for Duke, and Nolan Smith is the guy probably most capable of getting to the rim, but they built a wall in front of him, and Thomas wisely gets the shot up, and Zubek gets the recycle.
So putting Scheyer on the line for 1 and 1 is like money in the bank normally.
Now we're Duke, and that's 9 rebounds for Zubek. Where Duke never got into the penalty in the first half. They're here with 10 minutes to go.
Peacock goes out, Lawal comes in. Miller goes out, and Oliver comes in for Georgia Tech. The senior misses the front end.
Both Duke and Georgia Tech struggling from the
yes, sir. Shumpert for 3.
Yeah, big lift for this offense. And here we are, Tim. Last 10 minutes of the championship games, like the back 9 in Augusta on Sunday.
4-point game. Yellow Jackets continue to extend their defense. And Scheyer will go to the line to shoot 3. Oliver with the foul. And that's 4 on Oliver.
Normally you would say this is money for 3, but not the way that Scheyer's been shooting the last 2 games. 1 of 3 in this game.
9:02 left in the championship game. Paul Hewitt trying to calm his guys. Play smart. Scheyer makes the first. Raycom Sports is now on Facebook. Log on to your Facebook account, become a fan of Raycom Sports, get updates on our ACC games of the week and a whole lot of video highlights.
Georgia Tech substitution.
Scheyer came into this tournament. He had hit 162 of his 184 free throws for the year. And so as an 89% free throw shooter, he came in very strong. He makes all three here, but in this tournament, as Mike mentioned, he's only been hitting 77% of his free throws. I say only, that's still pretty good, but it's unusual for Scheyer.
And because of the play of Andre Dawkins, that Mike Krzyzewski has the luxury of giving Scheyer a rest, and I would imagine it would go under the 8-minute mark to get to the TV timeout to give him some time.
Scheyer gets his first break of the game. 45-38 Blue Devils. Miller tries to go inside with it. And another turnover. That's 16.
Terrific repositioning that time by Lance Thomas, getting over the top.
Substitution number 35, Zachary Peacock.
Zach Peacock comes back into the game. Gani Lawal goes out for the Yellow Jackets as Paul Hewitt orchestrates his lineup. And the foul on Favors.
Kyle Singler is becoming a friend of the press table.
Georgia Tech foul on number 14, Derrick Favors. That's his second.
You see what he's wearing a badge from earlier in the game. See the behind the right shoulder there, the bruise he has from when he flew over our table. Our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. We're talking about the lowest seeds in the ACC tournament. Georgia Tech right here, number 7.
That 10 seed was Sidney Lowe, and his first year at NC State. They made that 4-game march and gave North Carolina all they wanted.
Georgia Tech got it down to a 4-point game. But 4 straight free throws for the Blue Devils. Make it 5.
Duke substitution number 30.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. He's going to get that 37 seconds and then whatever's on the other side of it. And the other piece of news for Duke is that they're going to be in the double bonus for the rest of the way.
Mike, this is a critical stretch right here for Georgia Tech.
And Shumpert has been up to the challenge. He's made some nice decisions with the basketball and has also gotten inside and scored.
Miller goes inside and goes right through the hands of Favors. Body language for the Yellow Jackets right now is not good.
Especially from their freshman center. Looking a little weary out there right now, and this is where it starts to creep in.
Showing frustration. Mike Krzyzewski thought Scheyer was held.
Now, this is what Zubek fighting him. He was never in a position to catch that pass and then just kind of slumping over after that.
Usually see a little pep in his step. Not right now. As we approach the 8-minute mark, Paul Hewitt calls out the offense. .15 on the shot clock. And the foul on Thomas. That's 3 on Thomas. Yellow Jackets will have it right here. Shumpert will bring it in. They need some points, and they need them in a hurry.
Nolan Miller has been their most reliable outside shooter.
But he's missed his last 2 from beyond the arc. Inside they go to Favors. That'll help. He banks it in and will go to the line for one more. He has 17 points.
That's one of the first times in a while that off this two-man game they've been able to feed him the ball inside. Terrific finish. He said, you know, he catches with 2 feet in the lane. It's over.
So the foul is on Lance Thomas. That is his 4th personal. Favors goes to the line. We talked about his quickness, how it creates second chance points. He got up in a hurry that time and got fouled. converts the three-point play, and it's 47-41. Singler. And the block.
Georgia Tech.
This is Zubek, and what he's a very good screener in the offense, and they've had small covers on Singler. Shumpert that time, and Peacock just a little late getting into position. But Paul Hewitt, instead of having a bigger player on him, and it's also good to see Mr. Rice back out on the floor.
Absolutely. Foul was on Favors. See the foul trouble for Duke. We talked about the 4 on Thomas. Singler has 3. Georgia Tech's got some foul problems of its own. Oliver with 4, Bell with 3, Peacock with 3, and now Favors with 3 after this foul right here.
But the only place where Duke would really suffer is in the backcourt. That's where they're vulnerable into foul trouble. Front court, they've got plenty of people to play. And Georgia Tech really is well positioned at front line and backcourt to absorb fouls.
So Duke pushes the lead back to 8. Duke has led from the very beginning. They built a 12-point lead right out of the gates. Georgia Tech has gotten it to 4, but that's it. Favors tries to keep it alive. Smith comes up with it. He's going to take it himself. Great play from behind. Scheyer brings it back out from Duke.
What a block by Mo Miller.
Miller saw Smith, and he saw the same thing you saw at home, that Smith was going to take it the distance. Timed it perfectly. Shot clock at 5. Singler fires through long range. Plumlee gets it back. Scheyer for 3. Yes, sir!
And you know what? What a world of difference that 2 minutes rest that he got just a little while ago. He probably felt like that was halftime.
11-point lead. Favors not even close.
Paul Hewitt has to be careful right here.
Singler working on Miller. Taken away by the Yellow Jackets. Mo Miller can flat out get up.
Wow, what a great defensive play, too. They had him boxed in on the side, and Shumpert and Miller get the turnover.
And the foul on Shumpert.
Georgia Tech foul, number 1 on Shumpert. That's his second.
.520 remains.
Number 12, Kyle Singler at the line, shooting 2.
Kyle Singler taking his time. He's averaged 22 points in the tournament.
Well, actually, it's
Glenn
Rice bailing him out with tying his shoe, gives him a few extra seconds to get a rest.
Makes the first. Back to 10.
Georgia Tech substitutions, number 11, Brian Oliver, and number 31, Gani Lawal.
Peacock and Rice go out. These two clubs split during the regular season. Georgia Tech won back in January, 71-67 down in Atlanta. Duke had its way at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Duke now plus 10 at the free throw line.
Lead is back to 11. Duke fans rise to their feet. Nice pass. Got it, Lawal freed up on the baseline, and Miller saw him. Timeout, Georgia Tech. 66 seconds left in that game.
Georgia Tech substitution. Number 41, Glenn Rice Jr.
And under 5 minutes to play in this one.
Two seconds to get it over now.
So Singler will bring it in. This is where you normally look for the long pass. 2, 1.
Let's reset the clock, reset the count.
I'm all for rewarding the defense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Shot clock at 6. Smith off balance. How about that pass to Plumlee?
Yeah, mark it down as an assist.
Not everybody can make that pass.
Well, you play 33 seconds of great defense and you have your heart broken.
Favors back to Rice. That's 3 from Rice, and timeout by Hewitt. This broadcast is a copyrighted presentation. Any use of it without the express permission of Raycom Sports and the ACC is prohibited. But the party continues in Greensboro. Duke fans have shown up here in droves. Under 4 minutes to play. Now Duke will try to take some of the air out of the ball, and this foul is on Rice. And there was the coach on the other end of that ledger, Bobby Cremins.
Yeah, he won 3 of them, so don't cry too much for him. He had a very, very successful run at Georgia Tech.
So in this tournament, they came away from Bobby Cremins' court, and he brought Bobby Cremins to them. .337 to play in the ball game. Quick whistle on John Scheyer. He picks up the personal. That's his first. He is such a nice player, isn't he? You don't think he's 6'5". He doesn't look that big. He's a senior, acts like a senior. 20 or more points in 7 of the last 12 games. He's just a spectacular angle for this team.
You see the number right there, a +13 scoring at the free throw line in the half for Duke. And that's a function of them getting into the penalty very early.
Ryan Oliver makes the first. He had 11 points in 24 minutes off the bench against Maryland. And I didn't see what happened.
Well, Mike? It was on the block out on the front end of the 1-and-1.
So while he's down, Mike Krzyzewski says, well, he hurt the nose earlier, and now he goes down here.
It was Peacock
that's the side of his head.
Down, and it was he and Zubek got tangled up. There's the look right there.
Mike Krzyzewski calls his guys over to the bench.
Both this little interlude here really benefits Duke. Gives them their players who have been playing heavy minutes the time to rest. And right now, it looks like they're looking at his jaw more than anything.
Caught that elbow on the side of the face. Paul Hewitt has been not happy with the officiating all afternoon. So Oliver has another one coming, trying to make it an 8-point ball game. And he rattles it in. 58-50 with 3:36 to play. Mike, there's still a lot of time in this game.
No question about it. And then Georgia Tech, they've amped up the pressure. They just got to get turnovers without fouls.
The bucket will count, and they'll have one more. Try to make it a 10-point game.
Zubek only a 50% free throw shooter on the year.
See the timeouts remaining. Everybody in the bonus now. Double bonus one way.
You know, he was 50, I say that, and he was 83% in the ACC tournament before those.
So the lead is back to 10. Blue Devils have led from the very beginning. They built a 12-point lead in the first half. Shumpert for three. Timeout, Georgia Tech.
Timeout, Georgia Tech, a full timeout.
Fletcher comes back and ties that up to get it into overtime.
Singler got caught in the air and touched the line. So still 3:04 remaining.
Mike Krzyzewski's telling Kyle Singler to be big, be 6'9". Don't be small and be a guard. Play over the top of it.
Get it back to Mo Miller. Paul Hewitt yells out the offense he wants. Inside the Peacock, the short jumper. What a great follow. Favors with a putback over his head.
Just long enough, he was able to push in on the weak side.
It's a 5-point game. 2.5 minutes to play. Almost taken away. It is taken away, but he stepped on the line.
No change of possession, so only 17 seconds on the shot clock. Here's the look, and Peacock and Zubek again had to make a decision, and then Scheyer was left to try to block off Derrick Favors, and that's a complete mismatch.
Shot clock at 10. Scheyer fires from three. Knocked out by Thomas. Well, this could get a little sticky down the stretch, huh?
I think five-point game with 2 minutes to go.
Partner, this is the best. Here's Miller.
Running that double high screen and then the double screen for Shumpert.
Miller picks up his dribble. Good pump fake, takes it inside, and he's fouled by Zubek. So that's 5, or 4 rather, on Zubek.
Not a very good defensive play by Nolan Smith, overcommitting on Mo Miller, and that put Zubek in a bind.
And you got to make your free throws if you're going to win a championship, so Miller goes to the line. He's a 78% free throw shooter. The pressure is on. Gets the first. This is as close as Georgia Tech has been. Makes them both. 3-point game.
Very solid. Miller's really giving them a big lift. They're going to come back and trap Smith again.
They get it across the timeline. 1:35 remaining. Paul Hewitt yells, get a stop, get a stop. They almost had it. Nolan Smith, left side, has it partially blocked. Ball's loose. Favors comes up with it.
Terrific rebound in traffic by the freshman Favors.
Oh, Favors was open underneath. They found him on the back door. Couldn't get it to him. Miller for three. Halfway down. Rice comes up with it. 1 minute to play.
How did that not stay in?
A new 35. Shumpert. It's a 1-point game. 47.9 seconds left.
Well, as you're saying right now, again, no fouls. You're going to get another shot. You'll have about 11 or 12 seconds.
Everybody in the arena is on their feet. Nolan Smith looks at the shot clock. It's got 15. Paul Hewitt yells out, no fouls. Here's Scheyer for three. Bang! It's a 4-point game.
And they're going to pressure up. They want to make, as John Scheyer's parents looking on, and they want to make Georgia Tech use up as much time as they can advancing the ball.
Get it into Shumpert. Shumpert makes the 2-ball with 12 seconds left. Still a 1-possession game. Get it out to Singler, and Singler now will go to the line with 9 seconds left.
Wanted to try to extend him, but the little stutter step got Scheyer to rise up, and a good finish inside. They had offensive rebounding position. Paul Hewitt getting the defensive signals out.
So Singler will go to the line. He's 11 for 11 in the second half. We saw him in the first half where he went 1 for 3. And we said, oh my gracious, but he's answered the call here after intermission. 12 for 14 in the game. 13 of 15 for the game. Still a 1-possession game. This free throw is huge.
Eventually, Paul Hewitt drew up a play for Gani Lawal and on the sideline, and he just came in and relayed it to everybody.
Two-possession game. Seconds left. And that's it. The Blue Devils win the ACC Championship 65-61.